Good Tuesday morning. It is the 15th of April, tax day. Yep. I'd say they get theirs. Yes, right. The IRS, theirs. They get theirs today. Anyway, we will have a cooler day. Windy conditions for sure. Winds are going to increase and get up to the upper 40 mile per hour range. So this puts us into a wind advisory for this afternoon. Obviously, with it being so dry, that also at least slightly heightens the fire risk, although the moisture last couple days should help a little bit. But still, just be careful out there. It's very much a drought situation. Honestly, a lot of Loudoun did not see much rain at all last night. I ended up with less than 1/10 of an inch, even though there's some pretty good thunderstorms. So I know some spotty areas got more than that. I did not see that much. So probably between 1/10 to maybe as much as 1/4 of an inch from most people from what I could tell. Anyway, today we may see a few pop-up showers as the day progresses, as this cold air gets going in the area. Could even pop a thunderstorm briefly, just because the warmer conditions, so we get sunshine, will pop up these showers because it's going into colder air aloft. So that wind is going to bring in the cooler temps, and we're going to feel it, and especially overnight, you see the west slopes of the mountains getting some more snow late this season. Anyway, but here we just stay chilly, so it's going to be cool overnight and a cool Wednesday for sure. Highs only in the mid-50s with more breezes tomorrow. It's going to feel chillier than it will. We're going to quickly rebound on Thursday. I mean, not super warm, but up into the 60s. And then into Friday, we'll get warmer. And then on Saturday, we look really warm. Southerly winds, maybe a few showers, but that shower chance has diminished quite significantly. We could get up into the low 80s. I am very concerned that on Sunday we may have something going on that's called a backdoor cold front. That's where winds will shift off the East Coast, and that will bring temperatures crashing down and make it a much cooler Sunday. We'll have to see. The models were kind of hinting this yesterday. I even mentioned it on my late afternoon update. Hopefully that won't be the case, but here we can see Saturday, strong southwesterly winds, warm, very warm conditions. So hopefully what I'm sharing isn't going to come true, because it doesn't look like it's on this model at this point. Things stay pretty warm. However, some showers are possible on Sunday according to this model here. But I do see some potential bends in the isobars, meaning maybe some cool areas trying to work its way east of the mountains from this high to the north and this low to the north, kind of filtering that cool air, and we'll have to see what those temperature anomalies show. For Sunday, late on Sunday, we could see some more showers, but hopefully that will be at the end of the day after sunsets, and Easter will end up being a good day. This looks like a cool backdoor cold front, like I said, coming in here by Monday, so possibly cooling off early next week. I do like this organized look at this low pressure. This was not here yesterday on forecast models. This is chilly, so it's not going to be a warm period, warm as it looked at one time, and this low pressure will bring a lot of moisture into the region. We can only hope that this comes true, but this is kind of new, at least on the models, for what I'm seeing. It wasn't quite as profound or pronounced yesterday. High comes back into control, so we warm back up in the temperature department, and that looks like it's going to stick around, although, again, I see some cold air damming. This cold air, what happens this time of the year is that these high pressures up to the north will have clockwise flow, and it goes off the ocean, and it's so much cooler. The ocean temperatures are really, really chilly. And we get this cold air damming down east of the mountains, which is these isobars where they get bent like this. And that means the cold air is coming off the ocean east of the mountains. It causes foggy, misty conditions and much chillier air than what it would be if that did not occur. That gets scoured out, and here's a coastal. Who knows if this is true? Late in the period, I wouldn't know. But that doesn't even show that it comes up in this area. I'm so far off at this point, I wouldn't bet on anything as far as as weather goes. All right, so in general, it looks like it's going to be a pretty dry period. We will see some chance of maybe a few showers on Saturday, maybe Sunday evening, overnight, and then possibly rain next week. That's the good news if we get that. So the total, precipitation as we go through time, if you concentrate in this area here in Northern Virginia, we can see how we fare. Again, this is maybe a few showers, like I said, over the next day or so, but doubt it. And then we'll watch early next week is when we're going to see this rain increase. So we're staying really dry all the way through Sunday, and then it's Sunday evening into Monday where the rain showers finally come in. It's not even that much rain. These aren't like washout showers by any means, so if we get anything, maybe light showers. But look at that little dry pocket just hanging tight until this new low pressure system gets its act together and maybe drives that moisture into the region which we need. So that's the low next Tuesday, bringing in the moisture to us. But again, that's a week away, so who knows if that's even true. These things tend to over dampen and then end up less. And if you look beyond that, honestly, that is the only rain chance until way late in the period. So we need that rain next week because we're not going to get much chances otherwise in precipitation department, according to this model. And then if we go to the anomalies, so the temperatures were above normal, and then today they're going to crash down, and here we go below normal for tomorrow. A lot chillier looking conditions, and that's even into Thursday. The Thursday we're almost normal, and we're only talking a few degrees below normal. So in the 60s for sure. Then we warm up as we head into the weekend. Yeah, Friday, Saturday. Saturday looks like we'll be up in around 80 degrees. And then on Sunday, we still look really warm on this model, so that's good news. That is a change. And then as we go forward, though, this is where the cool air gets kind of reintroduced next week. Woo! That is a big shot of cold air. This is that cold air damming the backdoor cold front I mentioned in the low pressure system kind of right in the area. I have to see if that comes true. That's early next week. That's a really cold pool layer over top of us, and then it moves on and moves on out. So there you go. That is the way it looks. And for now, it's just going to be a windy couple days and cooler than normal. It's warming up towards the weekend and into the weekend, and maybe cooling back down early next week. We'll have to see if that all comes true. So we got a long kind of outlook for Tuesday, tax day. That's April 15th, 2025. Have a good one.